All right, welcome back to ETF2L Season 3, or Week 3, I should say. We have FF versus Forfence versus Global Yeti. Joining me is Ben. I am Deltamarket. How are we doing today?
Doing very good, yeah. We've got games coming thick and fast this week. Obviously, got the games today, but there's three tomorrow. We'll focus on the one today. Forfence already been in action this week against the Germans earlier on Monday, getting caught up for one of the matches that got postponed in week one. So now everyone in the season has played exactly two offies each, and yeah, it went fairly well for them. Won one map, lost the other, but their loss wasn't golden cap, so they got 4 points there. So it's been a couple of good points they got there. Again, hard teams that they've played so far for Fence, but gone pretty decent for them. On the other side, though, Global Yeti, coming up from Div 1, they've played the two teams that came through Prem qualifiers and have lost both of them 0-6. So not been going great so far, but again, week 3, they've got to turn around the season somewhere if they want to start flying up and maybe have a late run in that playoffs. We've seen them have some okay performances, but they've got to get some points on the board.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance to start their turnaround here. I'm going to put you a bit on the spot, Ben. Who do you think the players to look out for on both of these teams are?
Okay, well, I think we'll start with the French team because the Forfence team, because like I feel like put it this way, I'm a bit of a stan over on their side. At the start of the season, I actually predicted I think they're going to win the season. I think they're maybe okay. Saying they're strongest is hard because it's quite a close pack at the top, but I think this team it's almost as good of a team as you could make in France right now. You've got some great players, but you say players to look out for. I really want to see Delhi. Delhi had some great action earlier on, particularly on the Metalworks map on a Monday night. Delhi was performing so well. One of Europe's finest on demo and really exciting player to watch. And yeah, hopefully should be doing great for Forfence. On the other side, it's not a team that's had as much going on for them. I think Alov has had some good performances, particularly on LAN, if I remember correctly. But this season hasn't quite gone up to full potential. But Alov, one of the scouts over on the Global Yeti side, I think is someone who potentially someone who can step up for them. We've got 12 in the server, so it should be going live. Can I maybe 3-1 prediction? Looks like Process going to be our first map. Teams haven't put on the map page what their second map's going to be. So we'll do Process for now. Can I throw you in for a prediction? Who do you think is going to take it on Process?
Sure. You know what? I'm a Global Yeti believer. I believe in the Div 1 move up. I think we're going to see a 3-2 for them.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think we've seen Forfence on Process already. They beat Skedder 3-2 in their week 2 game, which was technically their first game, but it's complicated. But yeah, I think just the quality on this roster on Forfence, I think they're going to take it. And yeah, Global Yeti, like they've got to start getting points to the board somewhere if they're going to start making some run up. They've lost to 2 of the teams who just been promoted, so in theory should be some of the weaker teams. Obviously, Skedder have had a real good run this season, coming straight off promotion, and the players in that roster you're thinking, oh, why are they playing in the qualifiers? But yeah, I'm gonna be going slightly over towards the French side for this one. But we're just hanging around now, playing around in pre-game. We've had 12 on the server for quite some time, so I'm wondering what they're thinking about for coming into this one. But I'll remind everyone that after today, we are into madness in week 3. We have 3 consecutive games tomorrow to be hyped up for. But yeah, it's going to be against that point of the season now when sort of the table is kind of splitting out a bit. You're getting more of an idea, but I don't know, the results are still kind of chaos. That you've got enough randomness that they're still a bit jumbled in the middle.
Yeah, as you said, teams are finally kind of out of the preseason slump. They've full turn. Teams need to win. They know which teams they have to look out for, so going to be really exciting. And why don't you take away the first mid, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see who of our predictions is going to come good, but here we are, week 3, season 47. Global Yeti, 0 points in the season so far. Can they get on the board, or will Forfence continue a strong start as they're on at 7 points, looking towards the top half of the division now as they come out quickly into this mid. Forfence in the blue, Global Yeti over there in the red, as we've got a lot of high ground being taken. Runs and Bluesman double bung straight in onto Kidu. Big damage. Going to be forced out all the way. And Nevo there in the flank going to be sweeping up another kill as well. That's 2 down now over on either side. So it's going to get a little bit scrappy here in this mid.
Yeah, Wanzu holding the high ground right now, and Brudgeman falling down to the scout. Scrim doing such a great job on the high ground. And look at this. Promax so aggressive, bombing forward, locking this team out of the choke. Yeah, and Delhi got caught. Look at this, Wanzu. He's just walking all the way through, taking all of this space, going for an air shot, doesn't quite hit it. manages to jump out. But look at that! Scout down, this demo continues their tear. And I think that's going to be a clean second point take for Global YETI.
Nevo got a little bit complacent there, running in, trying to get there in onto Vonshu, I believe, over towards Sewers, but just so the Scattergun couldn't do the damage and just gets caught really, really close up. Uncharacteristic mistake there coming out from Nevo now, and that's going to open the door for some early pressure to come in, but never mind, as Romac going to be taken down in lobby. Bruisman jumping in behind as well. Maybe there's some counter-aggression coming out from Forfence as a massive air shot comes in. Huge shot there from Bruisman. Vonshu going to drop down and get in onto Deli, and this might catch Juxta in a bit of an awkward spot now underneath. Krull coming in behind on the combo, one onto the Scout jumps in. It's madness in the lobby.
Yeah, he almost got the medic there, but looks like Wanzu going down might be the end of that. I thought Juxta almost dropped. That direct was like inches away, but it hit the corner. That would have been such a cool play for Krull, but just not quite there.
Absolutely, and yeah, it was utter chaos there in the lobby. Great work again from these soldiers. Runs from Bruisman there, coming in with a coordinated attack. Bruisman up high and runs there down below to get that kill over onto Promoc. But we had a spy for a moment there over on the Global YETI side. They decided to change off. Just going to be checking the off classes, seeing what is in store. But I guess the point now for Global YETI is they've had their first opportunity, but now things have slowed down. The gun is up, the gun's at level 3, Ubercharger's even, and it gets harder and harder to find a way in from here.
Yeah, the gun being in that so powerful spot, we're going to have to see how Global YETI wants to deal with that. A lot of teams try to kill that gun first, but this side of Global YETI right now, probably just talking about what they're doing, no one in too far yet. They're starting off by spamming from rollout here. Wanzu actually doing so much damage to the gun, but Scrimus went down to Deli, your player to look out for, showing up.
Yeah, it's such a hard gun to get on though, right? Especially from rollout, because it's just a tight choke point. Like, you can only really go from like rollout or like 5 maybe to get onto that gun if you want to try and spam it down without getting it in a trade. And yeah, both of those being watched by soldiers, and obviously Deli there as well, holding rollout as well, is going to make it so much harder. But it seems like this sack was somewhat planned, because Scrimus has come up on the sniper. Is that a bizarre bargain I'm seeing?
I think it is. I have to be honest, I don't know the last time I saw this in competitive play, but here it is. Scrimus bringing it out. Maybe he knows something we don't. Scoped up, saw a soldier in the 5 door. Not quite able to shoot though. I believe this weapon, consecutive headshots start to get buffed on it.
Yeah, but like, I guess the point of sniper is, you're going for that one big kill, right? And you're not normally seeing snipers. Obviously, it's possible, but it's not normally the sort of go-to plan. Is right, I'm going to run a headshot everyone, but not really headshotting anyone if Nevo has anything to say about it. Nice shot there, the full charge body shot coming in, and the bizarre bargain gets nothing on attempt number 1.
Yeah, it doesn't get anything, and we're going to have to see if they stay on that. There's always the chance they just walked out on it and then went, oh, I was popping earlier, but...
Yeah, it's like, I know it's not like the meta weapon for like MVM, is it? Because I feel that's the Hitman team make. I'm gonna make all the MVM players rage in chat now for not knowing the MVM meta, but yeah, no, exactly. It could be a wrong loadout potential. Actually, no, this time coming out with the orb. This time the orb hand, but once you gets caught in lobby as well, might cause an end to this. Deli going massive in with 2 runs in there as well. Bruisman, everyone's dropping down, and there's only 3 players up now for the Polish side. They're going to retreat out, but runs might have been letting them jumping straight into choke. Going to be taken down, but what a push out that was. Those explosive passes in lobby doing a nuke on the Polish team.
Yeah, Deli I think got 3 there, and now we're going to see Ron's continuing to try to go. Deli leading it through the choke. Brudgeman as well onto the rock, getting so much damage onto Wanzu. I think
behind.
Might have, yeah, he's behind. Got the drop onto Juxta. What a great bomb through the IT door. It kind of turned around. Scrimus is now trying to take the Uber into choke here. Thinks better of it as he sees 5 players. Brudgeman goes down.
Eyes on Nevo. Nevo's in gets the scout and gets the force. Huge play there coming in from the French scout. Deli now. Kidu might have been getting out here. It's so awkward. Going to be chased down by QB, but actually it seems like Promoc going to be doing just enough to keep the medic alive. But like you said, what a bomb in behind Krull. Just gets all the way around for free. And the fact is as well, that fight goes on for so long.
Oh, Stan overextended.
Yeah, he gets caught out completely as mid isn't even capped up. Forward spawns it in, and with Juxta going down, Kidu using later on, it is still going to be a bit of ad for the Poles, but they want to fight anyway before the Ubers even come up.
Yeah, Brudgeman jumping forward, taking over this high ground here, and Alov gets stuck. I think FF wants to keep pushing this. Deli's already in choke. Curl got caught into the sewer side. Look at this. They just have complete control. Wanzu might have gotten stuck in, tries to jump out through choke. Air shot missed by Ronz, and that might signal the retreat being successful. But look at this. These FF players, they don't care. They're already in. Both their soldiers through the concrete side of sewer. Deli walking in through choke, shooting these stickies all the way towards the other side. Hits a pipe and double piped onto Wanzu. Wow.
But Ronz gets the demo in the meantime, and there's more pressure coming in. It was a massive shot there on the air shot, I believe, from Promok onto Ronz, but doesn't do enough anyway as Ubercharge up and ready now for Kidu, and he's not quite there for Juxta yet, but with Devilman down, 2 soldiers down at 4-4 fence, it seems that the Poles are a bit interested here in going for something. They're going to decide better of it, going to decide to just retreat out, but the air shots are all in force today, and we're only 7 minutes in. We've hit some pretty big ones so far, but I think from here, things we can expect to stabilise somewhat, as Uberchargers are up, see what these soldiers are able to do on 4 fence, but yeah, it's been pretty impressive stuff so far.
Yeah, some fighting happening in the IT door right now, but on the other side, they just, FF came through sewer, they just killed the stand. Stands down, that's no demo. Brejman took over the pipe area, and look at this, there's still some fighting going on in IT, but I think FF just took control of the second point. They just walked in. There was...
Yeah, just walking in through sewer, they're straight in onto the grass, and they get the demo man instantly, and that's it. Nevo doing great work, and now that means there's 3 down. We can maybe see a bit of pressure in onto last already. Nevo just going to be going straight in on towards the point. Can they get this Uber charge off of Kidu very, very quickly? Bruceman going to jump in behind into panic room, and that's going to draw eyes both sides. And the Poles hold on. Can they stay alive? And with Deli going down, that is really something they can work with. Bruceman straight in, going to do a load of damage to the heavy and the medic, but kill neither. And that's going to be 2 players down, including a demo man. He's looking fairly good in the defense for Global YETI. They might be thinking of coming out on this.
Yeah, it looks like they are just not thinking about it because they already threw. Scrimmage though down, and then Stan taking so much damage here. That's 2 down. That's going to spell a retreat here. And I think FF wants to keep it going. Nevo running through the 1 door, getting onto Wanzu. Wanzu down with the trade coming out. Now it's a 3v6. Nevo trying to just stand at the point, bring the team like a moth to the flame, and then collapse everyone around, which is happening. Brejman on the point as well, doing so much damage down, and these spawners just can't come in fast enough.
That was such great work there from 4 fence, just catching those players up in top lobby. Like we say, it's always risky to push out, even though, yeah, it was a demo and a soldier down, so that's like two players that are going to be spamming those choke points with explosives, making it so hard to push out. But those players are off the pitch, and it's still the 1 soldier and Nevo, basically, are just able to do so much good damage on the players coming out. There's 3 players dropped before the Ebers even come out for Global YETI, and that's just going to spell disaster, and that's going to spell 1-0 up for 4 fence, and Ronz is going to be Skybox, trying to get arrowed. That's on the pack, nice movement there. We're going to be taken out eventually. That's both soldiers down now over on 4 fence's side, so Global YETI looking like they're having the best with the mid once more.
Yeah, Kroll high-bombed in, survived that, doing so much damage, manages to get arrowed again. These teams are still dueling it out. I believe Global YETI has the scout advantage here with 2, no, it's even players actually in that. But they just have to leave anyways. They kind of lost control of the high ground there, and Scrimus going down is going to be really not what they were going for at the end of that fight. Having the 2 scouts on FF, I got the teams wrong there, I think really is what let them win that.
Yeah, absolutely. There was so low health on those explosive classes as well over on Global YETI, particularly the soldiers having to go back, get arrows, get beamed up for a while.
Well, there's a
it
scout
really slowed
behind.
things down. Cubit and Ronz both be aggressive. Ronz can use the opportunity to jump in, get a nice force there onto Kidu, who's had to use the Uber. Not at a time he's very happy with at all, as everyone now retreats out on 4 fence. Nobody dies for that force. The Uber charge can now come straight in. This is such a big advantage.
Yeah, absolutely massive. It's going to be usable for last if Juxta doesn't get forced here, and it looks like there's no one really able to do that. Wanzu considering trying their luck, perhaps, peeking up in that upper lobby area, but they just have to go back to spawn. We see the lobby control now on the side of FF, and so they're probably going to take one of these doors for the Uber. It looks like it's going to be the 4 door. That's where Deli is, walking straight through. There's no gun. So they're trapping off that side of the point. Nevo trying to pressure the point. Brejman up in the high ground, almost kills the medic, but they backspawn in time. Wanzu now able to defend the point, and I think this
family business doing work from Alov.
Yeah, Alov saying, who needs the minigun, I guess. Gets that frag out, and it looks like there's going to be a push attempt through lobby.
Yeah, see if they can do any better than last time. Runs again up on the height, going to be trying to jump in onto Kidu. Gets one nice rocket, but not going to get any more. And looks like now Global Yeti with a player advantage and a bit of an Uber. I want to say a big Uber, but like Jux has been building a lot. Gonna mean they're gonna get second hold. I want to hold it for a second. Actually, no, we're gonna be bursting in. Never mind. We're gonna be going flying forward. One pick. It looks like Global Yeti want to burst you even further. They should know now that Uber chargers can have stabilised. Nice rocket there from Krull. A nice little mini air shot there onto Nevo. And more frags coming in as well. QB's getting juggled in choke. The push doesn't stop for the Poles.
Yeah, they've taken it completely. And it seems like FF being down those 2 players. Actually, as I say that, Ronz doesn't care being down too. He just bombs into choke, does so much damage. Brudgeman following it up. Those soldiers take a lot of damage, but none of them went down there. Maybe did a good job stalling. And now it's going to be all players alive on the second point situation. We are 12 minutes in. It's been back and forth. No teams kind of managed to crack the last hold yet. Definitely now we have Global Yeti on the front foot though.
Absolutely. Well, now there's only 2 soldiers with the ramp slide jumps in. One faked out to a Super Krull, going to land straight in onto Juxta. But only does about 40 damage. It's not good there on the rockets. There's a couple of body blocks coming in as well from QB. Might have come good, but now it's the offense turn to jump in. Brugman going to jump straight in and eat so much damage. And Nevo and Deli go down as well. Alov straight in through choke. Ronz is in trouble as well, gets taken down as well. Only 2 players up, QB and Juxta. They're going to have to run out to last. They're going to wait for spawners, but there's 10 whole seconds to wait before the next wave of spawns. This is Global Yeti's great opportunity to get in.
Yeah, they're already on last. Look at this. They see the heavy. Wanzu doing so much damage to this heavy. The gloves are running urgently out. Yeah, and both Ubers being traded out. Gonna be basically an even Uber, but look at it. This soldier in high ground doesn't have any ammo. What goes down, but yeah, the cap time, he just gets on point. The heavy wasn't able to block it. Scrimus winning that one out.
Yeah, I really liked there just a Global Yeti. When they Ubered in, they were like, okay, they're just Ubering into a heavy. They're going to have to Uber and just take the trade. But the way they decided to do it is like, we're gonna get something for this Uber. We're just going to make sure we get as much cap time as possible. They play with 2 players right at the front of the point, just physically body blocking that heavy from getting onto the point, from getting Eddie helping QB just eventually gets onto it with the Uber. But there's so much cap time, it's going to be so hard. It'll only feed so many players onto that point. They get snuck out from under the nose as a 4-fence, so 1-to-1. Global Yeti getting back into this, and their last couple of mids have looked decent, and once you're getting straight into Brugman is a very good start on this one.
Yeah, Ron's got repressed back a bit, had to jump away for an arrow, but now they're holding the point, doing so much damage, but it looks like they just have to leave because everyone for FF is already out. Something went wrong on that mid, as you said, with Deli going down, and now it looks like Global Yeti's just going to take this through. Stan leading it through on the Demo Man class, soldiers following it up, and Ron's is bombing. Look at that, gets that headshot rocket onto Kroll, and that might be enough for them to hold there.
Might be more than holding as well, because Brugman's going straight in. The 2 players up temporarily, with Bunchu still running out. Ronz is up there in IT as well, and like I say, QB's taking full control of the sewers. Demo down as well for Global Yeti, and the Force comes in. Great commitment there from
Nevo got dropped.
They dropped the Pocket Scout.
Yeah, well, maybe Brugman can just chase on their own. Who needs scouts, apparently, when Brugman just gets the medic there? Look at that. Finds another. Brugman showing the soldier Ubers are still in force.
Yeah, rolling back the years, I guess. What was the year when the medic move speed buff came out? Was it like 2017 or something? It was quite a while ago. Yeah. Since the soldier Ubers have come in, but Brugman doing great work with it there, jumping behind, getting so much damage through, and as well, keep you going down in that late fashion. I mean, Juxta now sitting with about 35-40% advantage, but we've seen before on these, like, offense might be able to walk it anyway. They've looked so confident getting into second.
Yeah. And now with this hold, Global Yeti, it seems like they want to try to get an Uber force off or some sort of medic frag as the Uber's not up yet, but they do get Ronz traded out for Wanzu. They weren't able to hold that point though. Maybe they bought enough time, but it's going to be close here. FF is going as fast as they can. They want to get this Uber out before the other team gets it, sending Deli in. Look at this, the sentry gun already down. Brugman has control of this high ground, jumps to the other side, lands on the medic who's building right now. Gets 2 good rockets. Oh, but the cap.
It's so close, isn't it? It's so close. Kidu, I think, was again a couple of percents of Uber there for maybe saving that fight. About 95-ish% at the time when you'd want the Uber charge to be coming through, and the bomb comes in just enough to disconnect the beam for a moment. Going to launch everyone away, and yeah, the timing to absolute perfection there from 4-fence. Great work, and it all starts with that great aggression there into mid. Goes so well for them. Deli going to try and survive a bit longer this time on mid. Runs there to help as well. They're getting a good amount of damage onto Promok at the start of this mid.
Oh, Deli gets landed on though. Wanzu just finds that frag onto the Demo Man class. QB down as well. It looks like these FF players did manage to though get the medic. Ron's just bombed over. Got the medic in front of the entire squad. That was a super clutch play there. Krull trying to chase, but I don't think they're going to be able to chase. They give that one up. So one team winning the mid, but the other team has Uber.
Yeah, it's a medic cap at what cost? Because there's only 2 players up. Mid has been capped up, and I guess because mid was capped so slowly, it means that second point is going to be staying within Forfence's grasp for now, and massive Ubercharge advantages, like you say, and it seems that desperate times call for desperate measures over for Global YETI. Scrimmer's coming up on Sniper again. We've seen a limited results so far on the Sniper, but in previous games it is something that they're very, very competent on, and now big angle out towards the choke. The peak comes in. Can it see the medic? Force comes out so fast. They respect it completely. Runs and Bruisman jumping in. Gonna manage to get that one, but both go down to Bonzu and Promuk in the end of that fight regardless. And 2 for 1 with Ubercharge being used out by Jug, so that's such a big win for Global YETI.
Yeah, Global YETI sending their soldier Wanzu in and Krull as well from IT, and I think that, oh, as I was saying that, look at the trap kill getting all of FF's gonna fight this off of that now. Nevo running in so confidently, gets onto Wanzu with both scouts. That's gonna be the soldier down. Krull bombing up top though, and look at this trap. Frags are trading back and forth, and I think Global YETI managed to hold this and actually held enough to keep pushing with their Uber. Stan is already in choke, signaling to their team, let's go forward. They're calling for medic, and look at this, they're just bombing in, and second is going to be uncontested for the side of Global YETI.
Yeah, it looks like Juxta's going to be getting in time for this to go any further. Yeah, just 80% now. There's no chance of really trying to dot it in with just a flank scout capping and just bursting in, but they might try and go for something while the wing is going to be built, as Bronze is actually stepping quite far up in 5, going to be blasted away by that scattergun of Alov. But yeah, Ubercharge is evening out. Level 3 gun going to be getting there in a moment there from Nevo as the turtle shell gets set up on this last point of process. And we'll see if the spam can actually come through. The gun's getting very weak.
Oh, he picks up the gun. Nevo says, enough of this, I'm just moving it. And now they don't have to deal with that anymore. It's in the correct spots. And we see Wanzu continuing to try to spam it. Actually gets it down with Krull from rollout in 5. Managed to get the gun down. Let's see what Global YETI tries to do here. It looks like they're setting up for something special. Krull in rollout, doing some spam, trading some damage. Everyone else spamming all the doorways, keeping FF on their toes about what door is going to get pushed. But
it has to be quick. The gun's already built back up again. Oh, it's taken down again. Okay.
Yeah, Global YETI, maybe they're just trying to look for something specific or something. They're just spamming and setting something up. Looks like they're still all in lobby. One soldier in rollout. Krull spamming again. I'm not entirely sure the plan here. Oh, one scout got in. Brudgman dead. That was the plan apparently. They sent their demo Stan in through 4, doing so much damage to the heavy who has to run away. Somehow the
force comes in the behind, and that's the cost of Bruisman. Ubercharge is traded out now either side, but there's only 4 players left alive. There's a gun still there, going to be getting spammed down eventually by these stray pipes over the top. And a 5v4, Global YETI smell blood. They're coming in. They want to try and cap this out, and they're going to do it. The 5v4 just getting 1 extra pick in that dry fight afterwards. Once Ubercharges are exchanged out, great kiting there from Global YETI, staying well away from Delhi in that Ubercharge. And yeah, it's scrappy, it's messy, but just the scout play through 1 highlight over towards Strimmers. That was great play.
Yeah, Global YETI, they made FF sweat. They just sit there, they spammed the gun down twice, and then they went in, and it worked at the end. Yeah, as you said, Delhi taking so much damage, gets arrowed now, and it's going to be Brudgman high bombing all the way over. Look at this, all the way back on the rock. Ron's landing in as well. So much damage off. Scrimmage down. Brudgman gets the medic in. Sewer on the other side. The medic for FF stands tall, and it looks like these players for Global YETI are going to try to stay in, find something, but Stan just goes down, and this scout, Alov, 33 health, has to run away.
Yeah, that was such great coordination there for Forfence. It really caught Global YETI off guard. They were sort of discoordinated around that shutter door. We've got Kiju going into sewer and then trying to come back out again, trying to save the players, but gets caught in 2 mines. Then Bruisman catches the perfect opportunity, and the entire combo is just split around the, I think the effects they call it the death corner, out in front of the sewer shutter. So yeah, great work there from Forfence. Just taking the height, cutting everyone off, and making it so awkward. And looking so well, Global YETI, they get the equalising round, and to have a mid like that must be heartbreaking for them. But they have held one of these positions before.
Oh, one door.
Great height.
Yeah, the Uber comes out through one door took a lot of damage from Wanzu, so that force came out early, and look at this, they end all the way in heaven, kind of an interesting Uber, and they get 2 kills with it. They're rewarded a lot. Alav also caught as well. That's 3 down already. These players are all trapped in spawn, besides Cole, who gets air shot by Brudgeman right above the point. Put that one in the frag video, and that's going to be 3-2 for FF.
Yeah, great work. Much better than previous. We saw before they tried to do a similar kind of play, going straight into panic room, but they were just too slow because they came in Q4. But that time, through 1, they just catch by surprise. I think Global Yeti was still straggling up top. When you get 2 kills in that Uber and you get all the high ground and you're locking everyone in spawn, it's always going to go one way. And great conversion there. Coming out from 4 fence. Back in the lead with 3-2, but they've been in this position twice before, and Global Yeti have bounced back both times so far. So we'll see where it can start for them. This time, going to be rotating the opposite direction. Going to try and keep Kido alive for a bit longer, but it might not be going so well. Kido is so weak to be taken down by Rons.
Yeah, so much damage out, and these players, they don't have the medic, so what can you do on low health? You can apparently just go down, unfortunately, for Alav. Nevo smelled blood. He knew there was no medic, they were hurt. Why not just walk into choke and find a kill? And now it's going to be this other soldier, Ronz, in, apparently looking for Ronzu, who manages to sneak out through the lobby area. Ronz, though, bombing onto the demo. It's a great rocket, gets Stan. Demo down for FF. So I think FF might want to try something here off of that demo frag, and their full Uber for sure.
Yeah, no traps means they might be tempted to milk this in a bit further than usual, but Alav on the sniper might be making them think otherwise. Maybe getting caught in no man's land. Captain coming through. There is surely not too much to be said about this one. Bruisman going to be on the point, fighting with Screamers. Demo man in there as well, but that late spawn on the demo means everything is 4-2. These mids are spiraling out of control now for Global Yeti. They were good to start with, but they've not adapted as the game's gone on, and Rons and Bruisman, they've just got so used to what Kido's doing, and even though Kido tried a different side this time, still got isolated, still got down to low HP, and like you say, these medic frags on mids, not just because the Uber are, but it just means the rest of your players are so weak, they can't get buffs, they can't get arrowed, and it caused big trouble. Nice movement there. It's a demo there, going to dance around up onto the height, going to avoid that first original bomb coming in, and there's some low HPs over on 4 fence, so potentially more to look forward to here for Global Yeti.
Yeah, Bergman this time elected not to high bomb, just did a bit of a pencil bomb, jumped back, and now is trying to just spam over on the left side, while Ronz actually goes up for a flank all the way behind, gets on the side, gets Stan, Scrimmage down as well. Wanzu, that's 3. Ronz just flanked through IT, I believe, maybe choke, but man, that pinch bomb got them everything.
Yeah, Ronz just went all the way behind through IT, I believe, and just bombed straight through choke, like you say, and just gets a straight kill in the demo, and like lands a rocket straight in the face of Kido, and that's an easy cleanup for QB, and an easy cleanup for the rest of 4 fence, who are already fighting on last. They just want it. They're bullying the spawns. They're trying to spawn trap as best as they can. I think mid has only just been capped. Never mind second so far. So they're gonna have to stay in for quite a while before these caps are able to come through. They've got to be careful not to drop too many players. Looks like it's all going to plan reasonably so far. EB charge used out, but at the cost of 2 kills. They're really happy with that one. Alov under Juxter, getting a medic kill. Okay, this could be getting a bit weird. Hidu gets taken down by this double bomb across the point. Second has only just been capped up. Now Alov back out again with the family business. Going to be walking on towards the point, getting a nice kill there onto QB, and the hold comes in. And I've got to say, that kill with the sniper, that could be the difference maker.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was the difference maker, and Alov, really good shots, going to allow one last chance here, perhaps a couple last chances. Stan in sewer, the hook gets cleaned up by Nevo. So unfortunate, they went for such an aggressive play, and Nevo punished it, it looks like. Scrim is trying to hold down the choke, but Ronz and Brudgeman are already in. Ronz is actually all the way behind here, probably going for another flank play. Ronzu tried to bomb into choke, gets cleaned up. And
behind!
Ronz, the insurance plan gets so much damage, and I'm not sure there's much for Stan to do here alone.
Ronz has been an absolute nuisance on these flanks. We saw it again there, just able to get all the way in behind, through lobby, through behind, into 1, and like, I don't know, that sack wave, I feel like losing the demo man in sewer was just not part of the plan. They didn't account for that plan. They didn't Global Yeti, like, Nevo gets straight in behind, straight in onto him, and yeah, that's it. The plan is over, because then everyone else sort of panics. They do a 3-man sack in, they get Juxter, but it's like, yeah, great, you've done a 3-man sack and got the medic. You now have a scout and your own medic alive. Your own medic doesn't even have Uber. And like in the meantime, Ronz just decided to go all the way behind and cut off your exit. Like, it was never going to work. And 4 fence, again, this coordination coming in so good. And yeah, 5-2. I don't know, I felt like that was a game of two halves for sure, right? The first half, it was really battling, but then as soon as the mid-fight started going in 4Fence's favour, like, honestly, it was over for Global Yeti.
It seemed like FF was really respecting Global Yeti for the first half. Both teams were playing they weren't going for anything too crazy. I mean, they were definitely being aggressive, but I feel like in the second half, FF just completely turned up the aggression. They were just always going for plays, sending Rons behind, just letting Rons do whatever, and it really paid off for them, especially on the mids. I think like they won 3 mids in a row where they just double bombed Rons and Brudgeman, and they just won every mid off of that, and then the later mids were some sort of flank play, so I think FF figured it out a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, and but yeah, it was honestly like when the game got into open play, like as in when there was like getting into the stalemates, getting into the ping pong around the midpoint, those sorts of things in like the first half of the game. Honestly, I was really impressed with how Global Yeti were playing, and they had some great chances. You got to remember at the start of the game, they won that first mid and spent, I don't know, a solid like 3 or 4 minutes at 4th at last point, like trying to break in, having a couple of good attempts, and they were really in with a chance. It was just one of these mid fights started going wrong. That was that was literally won and lost by the mids. Because in open play, I think Global Yeti at least matched what 4th were able to do.
Yeah, I do agree with that completely. As FF, they, as you said, those mid fights, I think it was the aggression on them specifically. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens on this map because we don't know who picked the maps, I believe. So for all we know, Process could have been FF's map pick. Global Yeti could be a lot more confident on Snakewater, perhaps.
Yeah, that would stand to reason because like 4th have already won on Process this season. They beat Skedder. Skedder flying high this season. They've had a really, really strong start to the season, so big win for them. So I think it would maybe stand to reason that was 4Fence's pick. But yeah, Snakewater gives an entirely different sort of flavour. But I want to say if there's a map where you're struggling with the mids and you're sort of getting rolled off, like winning mid fights is the premium way to win rounds on Snakewater because if you get stuck in those tug of wars, those stalemates or whatever, it can be a real slog. So getting a couple of rounds off of like 3 mid wipes is absolutely massive.
Yeah, on this map as well, there's so many different mids you can do for aggression. You can argue like kind of both ways, but a lot of people I think will agree that Snakewater, it's a little perhaps more straightforward to be very aggressive on Process. Sometimes it feels like if your soldiers just jump in, they'll get cleaned up or something. But on this map, you know, if you get a good soldier bomb, it feels like you can have a lot of impact and your team can follow up on that, which is why I was slightly worried for Global Yeti because it seemed like Brudgeman and Rons were the soldier names that kind of kept coming up with their soldier bombs, and they might be able to pull that off on Snakewater. So hopefully Global Yeti has something prepared for that.
Yeah, there is a reason. They're a very well established duo, of course, and some of the big names obviously at LAN played together over on that TLR team that came second. But I actually realised when we came into this game, I don't believe that Kidu is the regular medic over on Global Yeti. I didn't mention this when we came in because I didn't notice when with the aliases and such. But Kidu, I believe, is a regular demo man, and they've brought in Promoja as the new demo, and Kidu was just taking the step over onto medic. And honestly, like, yeah, props for doing that, getting the sub in. And but yeah, missing their regular medic, obviously going to hurt the synergy a little bit. But yeah, it's something I just didn't notice to begin with.
Yeah, it will hurt the synergy a little bit, but they showed, as you said in that first half, that they can stand up despite that. So Global Yeti, I believe you were mentioning in the pregame how they recently moved up and hadn't quite found their stride yet in Prem, but I feel like with that showing, it's definitely possible for them. They're showing extremely good play, and I think they can keep that.
Yeah, absolutely,
They baited us.
Yeah, they baited us at the start there, but yeah, they wouldn't have won last season, and they sort of came through and were underdogs in the final because the Nandem side had won every map in the season all the way until the final, and then there was a real barn burner of a final where Global Yeti were just about snuck it in 3 maps and got the automatic spot, and Nandem qualified through regardless through the playoffs, and actually they played each other last week, and Nandem beat them again in a really, really tense, close series. Well, that's the thing is, like, Global Yeti, they're having close-ish games or close parts of games and things like that, but they've got to start getting some points in the world because they are currently sat bottom of the division on a big fat 0. So as we go over onto the Snake Water map, map number 2, we're going to see if Global Yeti can make any changes to that. Because we maybe believe it's their pick, maybe it's not. We don't get told these things on the map page. But here we go, it's Snake Water map number 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Ronz's cam. Why not? Rolled out, catwalk, Ronz and Kroll shooting those rockets across at each other, as roamers tend to do. Right now, it looks like he's just doing a high bomb, landing over along with Bridgman. Yeah, landing on the scout, misses one rocket, hits the second, goes down though. It looks like both teams did a double bomb, and when all is said and done, it's going to be FF with the high ground though. Bridgman taking so much damage to Alov, teams trading it out, Stan walking forward. I'm not sure who's going to manage to break this one though. It seems very even right now.
Double scout though over on the Polish side. Global Yeti going to maybe try and use it to advantage. Scrimmers and Alov trying to get up onto the high ground, and Deli's caught out as well. Bomb comes in from Bruisman, going to try and salvage something, but this might be time to leave unless this Uber Chargers can come up. Uber Chargers ready now for either side. Bruisman going to jump back in and get so much space. These space-making bombs, but it makes too much space and takes too much damage on the crater afterwards. One's going to jump in, try and get in onto the medic of Kidu, who is able to get out alive without forcing the Uber Charge off. 3 players down now over on 4 offensive side, but they were the ones to cap the point.
Man, QB and Nevo are so confident. How do you even stay in here? But they don't care. They're just in. Look at this Nevo running all the way to the Saw side. Kroll taking so much damage, gets cleaned up. It was like a 5v4, but somehow the entire side had to back up because QB went for the back cap. QB lives though.
Nevo as well.
Yeah, and they're pinching through the Saw side. Deli getting in, so much damage. Scrimmage down. Kadu doing it. Yes. Gets forced. Yeah, that air shot attempt must have really scared them. And this Uber, I don't think it's finding anything. Kidu just has to run away. They didn't even get the force off, unfortunately for them, so they're going to be stuck on last with this ad.
Yeah, what a force that is. Honestly, great play there from Nevo as well. I think 1-2 back-to-back scout 1v1s, coming straight and getting in behind. Great play down on grass as well. And yeah, when the scouts are down, like, the medic is so much more easy to force, and that's going to earn them Uber charges like this one as 4 offense now coming straight in through the shutter, gun taken down instantly. Nice little mini air shot there over onto Kroll as everyone trying to pile into the point. There's so much cap time coming through, and there's enough to get the first round on the board. 4 offense finishing, starting where they finished off from the previous map, going up 1-0 already.
Yeah, I really thought Global Yeti was going to win that mid with their 2 scouts and kind of with that 5v4 situation, but somehow FF, they just said, we're going for some crazy plays, sending our scout behind, and it worked out. We have to see how Global Yeti pulls himself back from that one. I guess, why don't you take this mid away?
Yeah, we'll see this time. We saw last time with how the 2 like double bomb, I guess, with both teams going for the double bombs over the top. Seems like Global Yeti want to go for something similar again as they're flying both their soldiers very, very high. Kroll not going to have too much impact, and it seems like Vonshu's going to be taken down also. But in the meantime, Kidu, has had to surf all the way up top onto the catwalk and is going to run back into the waiting arms of Ronz again, who's managed to get behind and saw. Push comes in from Scrimos, not going to get anything as Alov now last up alive, and is this game going to spiral out of control again like last one? This is 2 big mid wins, full wipe on the mid, big Uber advantage, second point being capped up, and 4 fens looking good for another round.
Yeah, Ronz is just in, taking a 1v2.
Gets the kill. Oh, dear.
And he lives. He lives.
That makes it so much easier as well, because that's how long the respawn time is. Kroll's barely going to be alive by the time this push comes in. 10 more seconds on that respawner. And the fact that they live as well. Ronz gets out alive. And now push going to be coming in. Looks like shutter once more. There's a sniper there ready to force out early. See if that catches any stray shots coming in. Ronz trading at 1-for-1 with Vonshu on the other side as Sticky still being cleared at the point. Can they get there in time? No, they cannot. Nevo going to be in. Going to be getting that cap finished off as Stickies didn't quite cover enough. And they were being blasted around, and 2-0 up in under 5 minutes. But yeah, we're on a Snake Water speed run.
Ronz, I still can't believe he gets away with that. I feel like FF, they're so strong on these mids. It's like they just aren't able to do anything wrong. They can do no wrong, apparently. I have to give it to Ronz again. I'm going to be on his cam this mid. I'm expecting another high bomb. So far, teams just spamming both sides. It looks like it's going to be Global Yeti initiating by sending their soldiers across. Ronz electing to counter bomb this mid. Not going to do one of those high bombs.
Oh, on Juxta!
Juxta did go down, as you said, to, I think, Wanzu, but Ronz is going to be continuing to follow it up, trying to go into the lower side and cut this medic off. Look at this high bomb coming in. Are they going to be able to find this medic? No, they're not, because they just go in to Saw through the window and give that one up. Although, as I say that, they're doing some parkour.
Yeah, Runs is still thinking about coming back in, actually, and might not be aware of this. Going to jump straight in just underneath Kidu. And Run's actually caught on the way out. QB this time, they want to go in behind.
Might be
Gonna try and go for some funny business over in the back cap. Yeah, exactly, but surely not going to out-cap this massive 6-stack on mid, and actually didn't show face, I don't believe. Didn't actually start capping, so they might not be aware of this this big flank coming in.
Yeah, I think they're completely blind to this, actually. QB, I think, knows this, probably just waiting for their team to give them the info. QB knows it's lower, so they're chasing through kitchen. And look at this, FF, they're just running away. They don't have to do anything. They have a player behind. They can kind of use that play. But actually, it's going to be Global YETI just going. Yeah, they're already in last. They find one onto Deli. That's demoed down. And I believe Ron's, living on like 5 HP. Really good play there. Stan, but QB gets in behind, gets that cap. He blocked the cap.
Yeah, and Juxta now has Uber charge as well. This is falling apart at the seams now. Full Global YETI going to get the kill on Demoman as well. Only 4 players up for 4 fences. Alov going to be straight in, going to try and get the force out, but Juxta holds nerves of steel there on the French medic. And second point going to be recaptured with Uber advantage over with the French side. Offense, what a hold that was. Like you say, keep winning that 1v1 is such a big difference maker, delaying that cap enough. But Double Bomb going to be coming into Juxta's face, going to get this force out eventually. At the cost of at least 1 player, might be even more as Scribus and Kroll going to try and scurry out from underneath. They managed to get out 1 player for a force. That is very well done for Global YETI.
Yeah, it definitely is. They're very happy with that. They have 67% Uber on Kidu, so I'm sure they're going to be trying to do something with that. And it looks like the door of choice is going to be the Saw side. Or maybe they're just building for now, but really, this is their chance. You know, they're down 2 rounds, but make it 2-1. It's a really close game right now. Gonna be posted up, and it looks like they have sent their soldier in. They want to get this. Yeah, gets cleaned up. That was really worrying. He almost got that other rocket off, it looked like, but Kidu, Nerves of Steel, no Uber used. Yeah,
I was scared there for Kidu Bruisman jumping in. I thought the potential for some sort of big damage there. Gets a lot of damage onto the Demoman, of course, but not enough onto the medic. Kidu holding on, and now we are in the big get comfy. We're on to last, but the gun is not built yet, so maybe there is a window of opportunity for Ronshu. Gonna go straight in, nearly hits the air shot onto Juxta. That's gonna be massive. Juxta holding on in front of that spawn door. Both soldiers going down for that, but great attempt there from Ronshu. Gonna be straight in, popping the medic up into the skies. They can't get back into the shutter, but not quite able to land that all-important second rocket.
And now Nevo still on sniper, QB engineer. It looks like the Global YETI side's gonna have to figure something new out. Right now, not able to do anything. They're just waiting for the players to roll out. I want to see how they can break this. By the way, Nevo on 3 dominations. That's pretty impressive considering we're only 8 minutes in.
Yeah, absolutely, and going to be a lot harder now because, like I mentioned before, Ronshu and Kroll, they really wanted to go in instantly after that scrappy, that play on second, because it meant that there's no gun up, and the gun is what makes this point so oppressive to push into. It's so tough. It covers everything. If you do anything as much as breathe near that point, you are getting skybox as a soldier. And Ronshu going to be dying before even making it that far. Is going to be taken down. Just stickies from Delhi, and the bomb comes in behind. Bruisman going to get the force out onto Kidu, and Ron's able to get behind and live. And this is looking mighty fine. Ron's is going to be in anyway. Might get the kill as well. Kidu's gone down, and there's 4 players still up or 4 fences. They're running in. They don't fear any sort of back cap just yet. Scrimmers
is on the medic.
Nah, Juxta holds these. Juxta holds long enough. Ronshu, COD Zombies mode, going to be going in 1 at a time.
Gets the force.
Gets the force eventually, but okay, last time it was 1 player for a force. This time it's at least 4, maybe 5. 5 players for a force. And that's not quite as worth it, I must say.
Well, you know, it's even Ubers now, so maybe that's what Global YETI needed. They just needed this situation. Maybe they can kind of reset after that one. But as you said, yeah, you know, some teams are last teams, you know.
Yeah, 2-0 down, I guess. Maybe not ideal, but yeah, having to backspawn there is so unfortunate. Delhi there with the traps up on that forward spawn means that there's maybe a chance for a couple of players to come out, but the traps just make it so difficult as no one decides to feed into it, no one decides to go for anything too funny on that forward spawn. And
Ron's, he gets so much damage.
Nice arrow there from Kidu as well, as Ron's is taken down. Really nice arrow, little air shot there. Charges getting built up either side. Alov up on the sniper. Not the sniper we've seen so far. It was Skimmer's turn last time, but this time Alov going to peek and get a nice attempt there at a shot to Juxta, but not quite able to land it.
Alov goes down to Delhi, though. And with that, I'm not sure if... Oh, actually, so much damage onto Wanzu. I think there was some sort of fight in the shutter side. Damage on Brudgeman traded off. Nevo going to be continuing to open the shutter for Delhi, who was trying to get stickies onto the sentry gun. Yeah, but...
Runs in, big sing, gonna land on the medic, and the dispenser armor does everything.
The dispenser, you know, the funny call is dispenser down, time to push, but it's not a meme, you know? When the dispenser's down, the medic can take so much more damage. If that dispenser wasn't there, that would have been a dead medic. Wanzu
I got so excited. I got so excited seeing the sink come down. I'm like, oh, he's gonna hit the medic, and then the dispenser was there, and it did genuinely 0 damage.
Yeah, it seems like that dispenser did block that, and oh, Alov finds a body shot onto Brudgeman. That might be good enough to let them do something else. It looks like Wanzu thought about bombing through lower, but they backed up. Oh no, they're trying a different door. It's Catwalk. Perhaps got a little overexcited for that, but...
No, it was good because Alov was using the space as well to peek in even deeper into the lobby, so even if it wasn't Vonstreet that managed to get something done, it could have been Alov, because obviously playing in lobby forces the enemy team back and gives more space for your own sniper to go in and peek aggressively, which seems to be what Global YETI are thinking is their possible way out of last. Nice headshot there onto QB, gonna call off Brudgeman's bomb instantly. Let's keep peeking in as well. There's not been a good answer to this sniper just yet. The soldiers trying to get in have been dealt with very, very nicely by the rest of the spam over on Global YETI. As they're holding tight for now, but holding tight in a game where you're 2-0 down. Oh. Plenty of time left. Maybe not ideal, but yeah, Big Det comes in, and that's how you deal with a sniper. You let them walk over tracks.
Yeah, look at lower. Wanzu just walks in, does so much damage, and the force actually comes out, or that wasn't a force, it was definitely an exchange. Both teams using the Uber, but the sentry gun does go down. Ron's also finding the teleporter. Important frag there. Look at this. Yeah, they're just following it into lobby, and Juxta's stuck in the drop down, but actually Wanzu's the one who is stuck with everyone else. They thought the medic was stuck with them, but no. Ron's leads through lower, doing so much damage onto Alov. Hits a great direct there. Alov down to 2 health, goes down. Brudgeman on the point. Look at this. Look at the cap time. Everyone has to go to it, and everyone being drawn there means Delhi can put stickies down on it, and I think this one's probably going to go the way of FF.
Yeah, really nice work there. Like we saw basically a mirrored round over on Process. Just the value in... If you're a player up and Ubers are dry and there's no gun, you can just go in and you can just take those fights and use your numbers advantage. And yeah, once you're going in there with the Uber solo soldier Uber into lobby, did a lot of damage, but actually just got no kills, just couldn't secure enough damage onto those players. And that just means that the rest of the Global YETI side all completely out of the way, not able to follow in. And yeah, 5v6, not going to hold on to last. Great push in coming through the offense, 3-0 up. With just over half a game left to play. We're going to see if there's any sort of turnaround big one from either side. Massive damage over onto the 4-fence combo, but both soldiers and a scout go down for this counter to Juxta, and Brudgeman is in onto Kidu, who's 48 HP, make that 26. Run's going to come in and finish off the dinner. And there's only 3 survivors. Medics go down on either side, but again, 4-fence looking so good on these mids. And once more, going to be taking mid and second, but at least this time for Global YETI, it's not Uber advantage.
Yeah, it's not Uber advantage this time, which is going to be kind of a saving grace there. Nevo up to 4 DOMs. I have to point that out because you don't usually see that. And seems like the Uber situation actually went a little... If there's an Uber check, it might be an issue. Actually, Ron's, though, went into lower. So I think everyone on Global YETI is going to have to back up. But yeah, Juxta building quite a bit better. What should have been even, now 60-30. If they do an Uber check, I'm a little worried for Global YETI here.
Yeah, I was going to be slightly wrong calling it because I didn't realise that Kidu spawned like in a later wave coming in. Run's been caught out early is going to be big difference maker though, and Brudgeman as well. But Kidu taken down to the scout. QB able to walk in. The bombs with the soldiers were all distraction. Krull going to be back in on the other side, going to try and get in onto Delhi, not going to manage it. And now 3 players left alive. Can they manage to get onto this medic? That's all that's important. Juxta going to be getting forced out eventually. Really nice play. How many players get out though? Now Demoman down as well. Screamers, Alov both going to run out into lobby. There's still only 3 survivors. 3v6 temporarily. There's going to be spawners coming in a moment. Alov taken down as well. Only Kidu and Screamers so far on this last point. Nevo's going to run straight onto the point. Massive air shot coming in onto Krull. That's worthy of a round win in itself. Massive shots coming in. Wow.
Yeah,
Who was that?
I mean,
Who are you crediting that with?
I think Ron's hit that. Yeah. I'm not sure there's a whole lot Global YETI can do. They do have enough time, you know, it's technically possible, but...
This is where you're sort of thinking, you look back at like the one rocket which just missed Juxta, and there's pushes on second where they get forced as well outside forefence last, and you're thinking those things probably needed to go in their way if Global YETI were to still be in this game, but 4-0 down, and forefence are showing no sign of slowing at all. Looking so good for them. And Scrimmers, the first one to fall on the mid, is going to work in their favour even more. Delhi going to be traded out for it, though, is something, and Krullander... Yeah, Screamer's going to be doing great work in behind, getting onto Juxta as well. Okay, maybe Global YETI have an answer for these mids. Or
yeah, maybe they do. Yeah, but Ranzu, I think it might be enough for them to hold. Oh, they got the force. Crawls in, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I mean, Kidu actually got the arrow kill, but man, they can't roll without the advantage, you know?
Yeah, at least the one saving grace for that is that the Uber Force came out pretty much instantly, so it's no longer like disad after being forced, it's just even. Like, Uber Charge, okay, Juxta's been building maybe slightly better, but roughly even, as in they're not going to be completely under pressure as soon as the forefence spawners come in, whereas if the Uber was forced like now, it'd be like 60 disad or something. But we'll see now if Global YETI can stay in this game. There is time to work with, that's probably the one thing they've got in their favour, but 4 rounds down, not looking great in the points department, as they're going to try and barge their way in through lower, landing on their head as well. Kidu's gone down, everyone dropping. It's a wipe.
It is. Wow. That has to be heartbreaking, you know, the chance to put the round on the board, and FF showing perhaps why they're considered the higher seeded team, getting that one completely under control. And Scrimmers, maybe, perhaps, no.
Open the door, not like this.
Someone's screaming now. And, man, Kidu, apparently, who needs a medic when you can play sniper, is what Kidu says.
There was a chance on Juxta as well.
Yeah, well, this Uber's out. What is there to say? Kroll found a frag, but Nevo, 4 Doms, wants to make it 5. Let's see if they can get it at the end of this Uber. Nevo just runs away. They don't want to give up those Doms, so how could they give up their life here? Actually, Nevo might... What are they doing?
What's happening between Krull and Delhi? What's this? Then sword fight? Sword fight versus soldier? Fight. Delhi? Please! Oh my... I thought Delhi was going to get the kill on the medic there for a second. That... I don't know, I was just watching it and I'm like, oh, surely Delhi's getting cleaned up. And then I look a second later and I'm like, Delhi's not getting cleaned up. This is lasting way too long. But eventually, normality is restored. The sword fighting demo does not get anything more. Maybe the demo should have taunted and gone for the insta-kill. We never know. See if Global YETI handed the Olive Branch this time. They're going to try and work their way in. Still 2 picks up. But QB in on the flank once more. We've seen so many big plays from QB on the Snake Water map already. Going to be straight in onto Alov on the spawn, but Alov nearly wins it out regardless. QB going to be able to start a back cap now and all. This is all going from bad to worse. Brugeman's in as well. QB still dancing around in behind, going to try and get her on the demo, but not going to be enough as Nevo is going to have to come in to trade that one out. But Forfence, this play behind has bought so much time, and now he can stabilise.
Yeah, Brugeman went for that air shot, not apparently going to be able to find it, and now they're going to go into window, trying to trade out Ronz. Ronz gets traded out there, and Brugeman bombing over, finds medic, hits one, good rocket, gets the force, and yeah, it's just kind of...
But Juxta goes down.
Yeah, Global YETI might actually win this. It looks like Scrimmers found another too.
This game has sort of descended into weirdness now. It's all just, I don't know, it feels like it maybe a combination of like Forfence getting complacent and Global YETI sort of maybe thinking in their heads that it's maybe over. It's sort of it's getting very messy. It's getting very, very odd. Some of these plays coming in, and yeah, really nice Uber coming in at the end. I think Scrimmers might have even been ahead of the Uber for a little while in that, but it doesn't matter because Scrimmers just wins out the 1v1s and is able to get the kill, but not able to win the 1v1 against the sticky trap that is on grass. But it's not going to deter the Global YETI side as they want to walk in even further. They do have a little bit of ad, but ad isn't worth anything if you don't have Uber yourself for a push coming in. Both soldiers down though.
Yeah, and it looks like 3 down for FF.
Scout and demo maybe?
Yeah, it does seem that's the case. I think with this slight ad that Kidu has, are they going to do anything off of it? No, Alev's just going to go run in on their own, apparently trying to chase down the demo man. That is Deli. Maybe there's a grudge there, or I'm just making things up. Alev, though, goes down.
I don't understand this, to be quite honest. I don't, because they knew it was ad. Like, they knew that the Uber charge that they just used on mid killed Juxta. So they know they're sitting at least, like, what, 20, 30 ad? As, actually, a force comes in, never mind. They're the geniuses all along. Bunch are going to be trying to jump behind.
Oh,
going to maybe try and get onto the point. Guzman's going to be late to get there. Ron's is in as well. Damage comes through, but it's getting very, very odd now as Juxta gets caught out in the crossfire by a flaming sign over from the demo. The melee's galore going in, airshot attempts flying all over the place. Are Global Yeti going to get around on the board eventually? QB's gone down, more clip attempts. This just seems that the soldiers are just trying to clip as much as they can. They're all just jumping up, flying around, going for these crazy air shots. Kidu still wants to stay in this. They want to fight this in the 3v3. Crow jumping in so aggressively. Kidu doesn't even have the Uber sword to get any more Uber uppers. He's taken down as well. Yeah, this is... Are we in garbage time with like 10 minutes left? Like, has garbage time... Has this all been garbage time? Because like I think it's sort of technical for them to get back, but this is crazy stuff.
If they got that cap off, I do think they would have had a serious chance, but I'm just saying if this play doesn't work, it's garbage time. But you know they got the medic. You know there's a chance here.
And they've got Screamers behind as well.
Yeah, are they gonna Wanzu down?
They must be so aware that this is a spy. Screamers has just walked past 2 scouts. What? No way.
He gets a face stab.
What was Screamers disguised as? Soldier. Okay, that was maybe it. Yeah, because I saw 2 scouts walk past. So if there's like 3 scouts always in the same place, it may be like, But turns out the second spy is the one that they don't expect. The first one was expected, but the second spy is what makes all the difference. They get the kill onto the demo man, but Juxta now is still going to be sitting at roughly even Ubers regardless, as everyone just wipes from the Global Yeti side. And I'm not going to lie, what can even be said about what's going on right now?
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well. Everyone's just going for frag clips, you know? On that last push, we didn't know what was happening, but we saw the airshot attempts, and now we see Scrimus hiding in a corner, getting caught out by Nevo, and I'm getting the feeling that FF has pulled it together. They've gotten their stuff together, and with this ad, they're probably going to try to put it to rest. And...
did they get a headshot? No. Nice shot coming in the demo, off-classing onto Sniper. But honestly, is this going to matter? There's a mini sentry up on the front wall. There's still 3 players alive on the defensive side. Might that 2 possibly as well as the damage comes in. Play onto the point as well. Cap comes through, and we are saved. We are out of the garbage time jail. Garbage time is over, and 4Fence getting themselves a big win on the board, 5-0. What a performance from them, and even though the ending slightly awkward for both teams, but yeah, what a performance early on as well. Getting those early rounds from those mid wins. It was 2 rounds up in like 4 and a bit minutes. What a performance early on, and yeah, carried through eventually to the 5-0 conclusion.
Yeah, did end up on a 5-0. Maybe we were wrong about the map pick situation. Maybe there's a chance Process was Global Yeti's pick. There is that chance.
There is a chance. Honestly, like we don't know because teams are not very good at putting the map pick bans on the match page, which they should be doing. It is in ETF2L rules. I don't think anyone's going to be grassing just yet about that. But yeah, be nice to know. As we do we have any potential to get logs up? Maybe we found some logs. We can look at some pretty numbers from a 5-0. Obviously, 5-0 logs. We can't put too much into it. I just want to see how many kills Nevo got, given you said that Nevo had those 4 DOMs. So I'm sort of interested as what the possibility could be.
Nevo didn't just top frag, they also top damaged.
32 and 5?
Uh-huh.
That's definite 5-0 logs.
And both medics had 8 deaths. Nevo had 5, so...
Yeah, that was chaos. That was yeah. Wow. And there we have it. We'll move on from that one. After honestly, I feel like the 4Fence sort of found their stride as the series went on a lot more. As we said before, the startup process a little bit messier. bit more back and forth. Global Yeti really had good chances at the start of process, but I don't know, they just got the act together, particularly in the mids, and we saw the mids carry over once more. I'll echo the point once more on this Snakewater map. The amount of rounds they get just off clearly just winning mid and dominating Global Yeti back to their own last point is huge. And you're not going to win a game on Snakewater when you get mid lasted 3 times. Like, it's such a low scoring map, it's such a slow map, particularly on the last point, that you've got to even just take those second stalemates and get out a bit better. But props to the obviously Nevo going great, but QB getting some great flanks in as well, runs and Bruges as well on those mids have been all having stellar performances. Of course, Telly and Juxta too, but great play from them.
Yeah, that's probably about all we'll have. Maybe we can go to, I don't know, does Essentials ever do shoutouts at the end of their stream?
We do if you want them to.
Oh, well, I don't have anything specific.
Okay, I guess we can talk about the games that are happening tomorrow, because tomorrow, as I advertised at the start of the stream, tomorrow is chaos, because 3 teams have decided to organise their offies at exactly the same time on the same day, but we're going to do our very, very best to cover as much of the action as possible. As I believe it is on this stream, on Essentials, we're going to have TLR against Skedder, 2 of the high-flying teams so far from this season. Mandem against the Germans is going to be over on the Prince stream. So Prince Stream kind of used to doing the TF2 stuff. Go and follow them if you haven't joined them already, because that's going to be the B stream for this season, and they're going to be, as I said, taking on Mandem against the Germans. And then over on my personal stream over on Frost Hazard, I'm going to be throwing up a bit of a low budget stream of Nandem against Garda Panteri, and that's going to be the 3rd and final game of week 3. So plenty of week 3 action still going on. Offense getting their first 6-0 of the season, potentially with more to come. But yeah, do stick around, join Print Stream, and yeah, have a great time. And we'll hope to see you all back tomorrow for some more actions. Thank you, Dr. Underscore. Thank you, Delta, and we'll see you all tomorrow.